All right, folks, it is another episode of Rob's Sketch and Sip. Because, well, it's after 9 o'clock at night, so I decided I'm going to have a couple adult beverages while I do this, and that's why this page is not set up for children. Anyways, I am here alone at the moment, but I believe I am supposed to be joined by one TMShowers here shortly. He's trying to get his studio in order so he can be set up and play along with me. With that, I was kind of hoping that we'd have, an idea of who we wanted to draw tonight, but guess not. So, as a favor to my nephew, he wanted to see me doodle some Pokemon. So, I guess as long as I'm waiting for Tim to show up, while we wait for that, I am going to start with Bulbasaur, because that was a character that my nephew actually drew. So whose name is actually also Drew. So I am going to go ahead and try to draw a Bulbasaur. Now, you guys actually did get to see when I drew Pikachu for the first time ever. Or at least if you've checked out my Instagram, you've probably seen my Pikachu that I drew on Instagram, or at least posted on Instagram. So I'm going to go ahead and try to draw Bulbasaur. Today, I actually do have my blue pencils, my non-photo blue pencils from Prismacolor, and they are sharp. I finally found my sharpener, so I can be a little bit more tight on the lines. So now I have the camera set up on my face right now, so I'm going to go ahead and move the camera so that we get a better angle of the actual artwork happening. Hope everybody's okay with that. And yeah, it does look kind of dark in the backside of that, so I'll try to slide it up a little bit closer and get us where we need to be for all this. And if you see me stopped for any reason, I'm probably taking a look to see if my buddy Tim is able to join us. If he's not, I will apologize in advance for that, but hopefully he will be able to. I think that was him that actually just messaged me right there. He's saying give him another 5 to 10 minutes. I have no problems with that, so I will go ahead and continue with this first drawing and let him join when he gets an opportunity to. So interesting fact about Pokemon. Some people may already know this. I would assume that anybody who actually knows anything about Pokemon probably does know this. But Pokemon is actually short for pocket monsters and was actually created by a gentleman with autism, who is now, I believe, a vice president of the Pokemon company, which is pretty awesome. So we've got our basic line work down. Now we can go ahead and start laying in the actual line work on it. So far, I actually think my nephew's version of Bulbasaur looks better than mine. Not surprising, since he's a big Pokemon fan. I'm going to take a second to message him back really quick. Now, maybe someone out there can tell me, but when you're drawing a Pokemon like Bulbasaur, I am assuming that it's a species of Pokemon, and because of that, like the spots on Bulbasaur can actually be different depending on which Bulbasaur you're actually talking about, right? Not every Bulbasaur has the exact same spots. So maybe someone out there can help me by answering that little question. Because if they all have the same spot, that kind of defeats the purpose of being a species, right? I always liked how he has like a giant onion on his back. I always thought that was kind of funny. All right, and now the favorite part. We got to find the right colors to color him in with. Bulbasaur is a interesting tealish color green. So something like this may work. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. And then Pokemon likes to use actual real lighting and shading, like most Japanese cartoons. So you don't always color everything in to get the colors exactly the way that they're supposed to be, because he's got different lighting effects on him. Sometimes you leave a little white in there. And then, of course, as you've seen me do, we just add a little darkness by adding a couple other strokes in there. Get the color the way that you want it. And the other spots. And these Crayola markers are actually really good for that. They don't typically bleed very much or leave a lot of lines. So we're okay there. But where we have some interesting stuff is after we do the legs in the regular green, we also have some darkened color, which we'll try doing it with just our darker green. That looks like it's going to do okay with that. Tim's still setting up, folks, so hopefully he'll be able to join us here soon. we got that color laid down. We need something that kind of looks like an olive green for some of this, as my desk falls apart, so I apologize for that. As you guys have seen me in the past, I like to color pretty quick, so of course I make mistakes as I do it. And with this, there's darker portions of the bulb, I guess. And then we need a little bit of pink to both color Bulbasaur's eyes. And his tongue in his mouth. Oh, looks like we may have a guest. Hold on, folks. I'm going to come back to the drawing in just a second. Let's go ahead and let this gentleman join the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our special guest of the evening, TMShowers, painter extraordinaire. What's going on, Tim?
Not much. If you were to see my my setup, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, good. I don't know if there's going to be like a lag or something, but I've never done this before, so this is awesome. I love spontaneity because I'm a spontaneous person, as we all know. But yeah, if you were to see my setup, you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is like the most like jerry-rigged like setup." I got clamps and all this other kind of stuff. I taped my battery back up to my clipboard, like.
You know, it's funny you say that because I've got my stream mic right here, and I was trying to have it to where I could broadcast two cameras at the same time, but I keep getting sound through the second camera. Yeah. So like I can't figure out how to get one camera to work with sound and one not. So so you want to talk about a jerry-rigged setup?
Right.
Trust me, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I definitely have one myself. So,
Good. So we're in the same boat.
Yeah, I was actually just working on a Bulbasaur.
Oh man, you're already off to a great start. Now, see, this is tricky because I can't look at like references. So I'm just gonna wing it. We're just gonna see what happens.
Well, you know what I might be able to do. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can share my screen, and if I do.
Yeah, hey, if you can, that's awesome. Because otherwise, I have to like bring up something on my actual computer, which is behind me.
So can you see the Bulbasaur?
Huh?
Can you see the Bulbasaur?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, so you just see me?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let's say application window. How about now?
Hey, yeah, dude, there it is.
Now, what do you see when I do this? Are you just still seeing the same thing?
Yeah, I'm just still seeing the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, then
I know the Bulbasaur is like really big, and then our windows are very small.
Yeah, I could probably. Now, I think the Bulbasaur is going to be huge until we say that we've got the drawing done.
So people will just have to look at a very tiny like. See, I see I could flip my camera here. So I got this set up. There we go. So I got a setup right here. I have 6 like 4x6. They're actually what are those postcards like that you ship to people, you know? So I got them taped up to my board here, so I could just flipperoo and do other stuff, which is kind of cool.
So when we see, I can just put a Bulbasaur by himself if we want. I can put him up with both of us. I can put both of us up like this, which gives us widescreen and now wide, or I can even go like this, which kind of takes us a lot smaller. So
maybe it'll have to be like a memory game. Like I'll have to look at the picture really quick and just try to like sketch it as quickly as I possibly can.
So what you might be able to do while this program's running, you might be able to pull up a reference of the character yourself directly from your phone. So just have another app open. I don't know. If you have a laptop near you, then I would, that's like my setup right now here. I'll show you. My setup here is literally, there's the laptop, there's my light board, so that I actually have lighting, and then of course right there is where I'm drawing.
I got you.
So mine is very not professional.
Oh, dude, here, hold on, I gotta see. I'll attach to a clip. But yeah, this is my super jerry rig. Like, there's my battery backup, all taped up securely, and I got this like thing with like some extra clips, and it's all my easel,
It looks like you're like you've got a pretty cool setup there. I mean, I'm sitting here working with 2x3 inch cards, and you've got like an easel and everything else going. So why don't you I don't think we have anybody watching us live right now, but that doesn't mean that people won't watch this later. So why don't you go ahead and give people a little insight into the minds of TMShowers?
Insight. I don't even know I don't know where to start.
When did you get into art? How about that?
Well, I mean, since I was a kid, I just never stopped. Well, I mean, granted, there were times over the years where I just didn't do much because you have high school, there's work and stuff like that. If you have a day job, but I was always kind of working on stuff. But it wasn't really until I don't know 2006 that I really just started to like kind of focus on it, because I just wanted to like do something like character based, right? So I know I was super into I really love graffiti a lot, but I couldn't I couldn't do lettering to save my life, and I didn't want to be a biter and like steal someone else's letters or their hand styles or whatever. And I was just super adamant about even like drawing from references back then. I just didn't do that. So I just kind of tried to force myself to draw from my head, which is very challenging because you don't get a grasp of anatomy like at all whatsoever doing that. You're like, so all those sketches from all that long time ago, they're really, really bad. So, but yeah, I just kept at it. And then eventually I just wanted to shift to like I guess more of a quote unquote like fine art perspective. I guess started doing like underground shows around Charleston, South Carolina. Teamed up with my buddy Philip Hyman, shout out, love you to death. And yeah, from then it was just meeting like-minded people doing the same kind of thing, and then that was that. So, and now I just started doing comic conventions on a whim because I just wanted to get out of South Carolina.
Sure.
And it's been super helpful. Like I met you, met a whole bunch of other friends and stuff like that. So it's priceless. It's priceless. So, and it's cool.
Well, there is a price to it. Normally the price of the table.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course. But it's like the experiences you have and like the people that you meet. That's like you can't beat it. So.
Sure. Now on your Instagram, I noticed that you were selling a couple smaller paintings recently, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually sold both of them.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. You have anything that you want to hold up and show people like while you're on the feed?
Oh yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to look for something finished. Everything's just mostly like unfinished because I was doing that art show in February, which is awesome. The local one, Neopop, which is just stellar. It's me and my friend Patrick, who's also a painter. And our friend Andy did the music. It was just the three of us. It was a one-night show. It was so awesome. But I have like 7 unfinished paintings that I just never even got to. But I can try. I have the Evangelion one.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got that other one too. The other one I just finished. So here's the Evangelion one right here. So there's that.
That's amazing. At the same time, I'm going to try to pull up your Instagram page from there.
And then I got this one that I just finished, which I really like. So it's like an original character concept. It's actually kind of big, but there's so much detail in there. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if you could see.
Yeah, here. You know what? I'm going to put you up by yourself for a second. Oh, wait.
Oh, cool. Hello. But yeah, check this out. So just finished this one. This one's really cool. I'm trying to see where the camera is. There's just all this credit. It's all hand painted, you know. And the guy that wanted it, super cool dude, and he's bought a lot of stuff for me. So I appreciate the support, man. You're awesome. But yeah, he was like, hey, make an alien, dude. I was like, all right. He's like, yeah, put a horn on his head. And I was like, all right. What else?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's like, just make something else up and maybe a desert vibe. And I was like, well, challenge accepted. I like it. So yeah, it was a cool, really cool challenge to have done that, you know, because it's just all straight from my head, you know.
So I'm trying stuff out as I do this. So if you look at the stream right now, you actually see that I've got your Evangelion piece up there right now. And
oh, cool.
And you're absolutely right. Like the amount of detail that Tim's got in this piece is just insane.
Yeah, dude, that thing is wild. Like, I especially like the lines. I try to do something different because usually those lines in the back, I just kind of tape them off because my hand's not that steady yet. But you know, if I want them crisp, you know, I tape them off. You can get a lot of really cool like effects out of doing that. But then like I was like, oh man, what if I try something else and try to have like a neat gradient within those lines, right? And I like how it turned out, man.
I mean, it's awesome. Like,
thank you, dude. Thank you. Like this one in Unit 1 just turned out so. And plus the one that I did for I gave to Billy for his birthday, like that one turned out really awesome too.
Now, did you post that one on the Instagram?
I did. Like, I know, like, I wanted to try something different to kind of have like somewhat of a setting because most of the times all my backgrounds are just kind of more abstract. But
so that was this one right here.
Like, that window frame, like I had no idea how to make a weathered window frame. I was looking at pictures and I was like, I don't know, how am I gonna do that? So initially, I just kind of, you know, drew the outlines and I taped things off just for the fade, like the pink to the purple in the background. But like all that white, like I just smeared it with my finger. And I was like, holy crap, that's what I want.
No, and what I really like about this is the like we're looking at the one that you did for Billy now, and I really like the textures in the sweater.
Oh, dude, thank you. Like, yeah, I had no reference other than I was basing it off the cover, right? But I wanted to do like another kind of take, you know, like a different hair color, different getup, and I dig how he turned out. I actually had to finish it at his house and had to like hide the clipboard. He's like, I'm not looking. Like, so I finished it the day after his birthday because I actually got to his house on his actual birthday, but it was kind of late in the evening. So the next day when I woke up, I kind of I felt bad for Zach because he already had things set up, and I was like, oh man, dude, I'm sorry, dude, I don't want to mess your setup, dude. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. So I kind of just every time I visit, I have a habit of taking over that table. You know, it's just so funny how it works out.
You know, I think that happens with most artists, like especially artist groups. They know that like certain people need a certain amount of space when they show up, and it's right.
I remember, yeah, totally. Like I showed up. It wasn't this past time, but it was like the time before when I was hanging out, and I had all this stuff, and Billy shows up. He's just like, "You bring more stuff than my mom does." He's like,
and that's exactly something that Billy would say too, by the way.
Right. Hi, Billy, love you. So, it's so funny, man. It's a trip. All right, so all
right. So I finished Bulbasaur, so you do not have to draw Bulbasaur.
All right, cool.
Like that one is done. So Bulbasaur is in the can already. But now the question is, what do you want to try to draw? Like me, when I do these streams, I'm gonna tell you, I like to keep the drawing itself to about 15 minutes. And
Okay.
the reason why is because obviously I'm doing it in a pretty small setting, so
Yeah.
it doesn't take me a lot of time. I know that you being a painter's mind, you're always thinking about what's the next layer, what's the next layer, what's the next layer, and because of that, you're always thinking about like more stuff. So I'm gonna try to get you to spin that a little bit and try to keep it
Hey,
very simple.
I got all my brushes. I got all my acrylics like right here at the ready, man. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is gonna be fun. This is like just what I did. Hell yeah.
So anybody that's actually gonna watch this later, I'm using Crayola markers, and Tim's probably using like $50 acrylic paints.
Well, if you bundle them up, then yes, probably. But like the larger ones are actually pretty. It depends on like the what is it, the minerals. So like say like cadmiums and like I bought this cadmium orange, this by Golden, and it was like, oh geez, I don't know, like a $30 tube or something like that. It just depends because like the minerals, I guess some of them are more rare. I'm no expert on this. Like all my friends that artists and craftsmen downtown, they know way more than I do. But for some reason, certain colors.
See,
more expensive.
I literally go out and just find like the coolest looking, Crayola box. Like look at this Crayola box.
Oh, whoa, look at that. That's awesome.
It looks like a watercolor painting, doesn't it? So
it does.
But yeah, this is probably the most expensive set Crayola makes, except not the biggest set, just of their pens or whatever. But I love them. The thing I love about them is that how like when you're and I can show you an example. When I was drawing Scooby Doo the other day, you see how you can see the different lines on Scooby, like in the brown.
Yeah,
well, these Crayola markers don't do that. They literally just blend, and it's
like just like Copics kind of.
Yeah, almost. Although much cheaper. Because the Copics I have.
I hear you. Yeah, they're so worth it, but like it's again, those prices add up. Yeah.
I mean, it's like $6 a pen. So you go to Michael's and it's like you use the 50% off one item and it's like I can get one Copic today.
Yeah, you have to go like monthly, like every week you just get a different color.
Exactly. but
I used to buy a lot of paint pens, and that's all I used to draw with. And those things like Zig paint pens, and Deco Colors, they're around about and Woodcraft, right?
Sure.
And the two of those were xylene based, so it's almost like spray paint in like a little marker. So they have like fumes and stuff, but the Woodcraft ones are water based, which is really nice. But nonetheless, those are like the same price, like $4, $5, $6 a pop.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just bought these new ones from a company called Marabou, and I wanted to try them out. They're aqua pens. And
okay, I actually might have some. I might have some of those.
And what you're supposed to do with those is you do your drawing or whatever, and then you've got two different tips on each of them. But then you take that and you actually take a watercolor brush and actually like spread it out.
Oh, cool.
So at some point I'm going to try those. I'm not going to try them tonight because I'm afraid to. But
I got a whole pack of like watercolor colored pencils, which are pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really use them too much, but they're nice for like, just something quick,
Sure. Well, and you being more of the painter, it's like we do two totally different types of artwork here. So it's
this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be cool.
I think so too. I think this is gonna be interesting.
Awesome. This is just what I needed. I was just gonna like sit around and drink some beers and play Fortnite and like usually when it gets in the evening I kind of either work on stuff or I just have my wind down time. So
absolutely. And that's why we're gonna do Rob Potsy's Sketch and Sip tonight. And I'm down to cheap beer at the house right now. I've got Mick Ultra, but I've got enough of them to drink for a while. So.
All right, there you go. You thought in advance. What do I have? I got a few things. I stopped by my homie's bar at the Sparrow because they're closed. Like a lot of places are closed, and they're like, "Hey, man, if you swing by a certain time today, like we have all this extra stuff that we can't." They're trying to get rid of it. So I swung by. I actually left the house first time in like 8 days, around about a week, and
Hopefully a
just,
shower.
I supported them too. So like I got like a little grab bag. So next up is I got this good old Gullah cream. All right.
Okay.
So that's the next one. It's even got like the palm tree rose on there, which is kind of nice. So that's a South Carolina thing. Right now I got this Oscar Blues is North Carolina, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually I think based out of I think it's out of Greensboro.
Oh, no kidding.
I think it's Greensboro.
Oh, nice. So yeah, it looks like I got like a North Carolina, South Carolina thing. I'm representing both states currently.
Nice.
So that's good.
So all right, I gotta ask, what character do you want to draw? I'll
Dealer's choice. Hey man, it's your thing. You could pick. You could do whatever, man. I'll just follow suit and.
You said dealer's choice.
Yeah, man.
All right, I think I'm gonna start off pretty tough. You ready? I was thinking. Now, hear me out. I was thinking Blue Falcon.
Who's that?
See? All right, so Scooby Doo obviously is your typical brown dog, but there was another dog that they had for Hanna-Barbera named Dino Mutt. And he was a gray dog that was actually like a superhero character. But for some reason he seemed to have like mittens on his hands, and he had a mask and everything, but he was a gray dog. And he was the Blue Falcon's sidekick. So I'm gonna pull up Blue Falcon.
All right.
And we're gonna see if we can get.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm already scared.
You're like, what are we doing?
Well, I'm trying to find one that's actually like the original Hanna-Barbera version instead of like all these makeshift like weird video pictures from Hanna or from like DeviantArt or something.
I got you. Did you remember the old Hanna-Barbera? I think it's Hanna-Barbera. The old shows like the real Ghostbusters or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? I just bought like the DVD set. I don't know. Was it last year? Maybe even longer. But I was like, no way. I hadn't seen it anywhere. It was at Mr. K's used books here in North Charleston. I was like, I remember watching a few episodes when I was a kid. So me finding like the complete DVD set, I haven't even watched it yet, but I was just like, dude, not many people even know about this, I don't think, I'm pretty sure it's Hanna-Barbera, right?
That one probably not actually, but I think I mean I remember which one it was, the real Ghostbusters. That I always thought it was funny that the voice of Garfield was the voice of Peter Venkman on that, and then Bill Murray was Peter Venkman and the voice of Garfield in the movie. Yeah. So like they kind of
not like Ghostbusters, like Ghostbusters with the Ecto Packs, but this is like Ghostbusters. They have some like shanty vehicle, right? And then they had some dude that played an organ. He's the bad guy. He's like some Darth Vader looking guy. And then they had a gorilla. Like it was an old cartoon. I swear to God, it's called. Maybe it's like the actual Ghostbusters or the original Ghostbusters. I don't know. But I remember finding the DVD. I'll show you a photo later. You're going to be like, oh, man, but not many people, I don't think, even know what that is,
Well, I do. So I know that there were two different Ghostbuster cartoons, and one was called The Real Ghostbusters, but it was, I think that was actually the one that had the characters that we remember from the movies.
Right.
But then there was also Ghostbusters that was not.
Right. Yeah. Super misleading. Yeah.
Yes.
So like, because they're both called the same thing, but oh man, blue. Oh, I remember. All right. Okay.
So we get to draw Blue Falcon.
All right. All right. Let's do this. Blue Falcon. That is so obscure. Let's go.
I know. I was thinking about it because Sean Beck brought up if I can draw Scooby Doo, I can draw Dino Mutt. Although when I look at Dino Mutt here, and like I said, if you look at his hands in the picture, you can see that he's wearing like mittens.
Yes, no, they're backwards shoes, I think.
They probably are, but I just thought of that.
Shoes.
I think you're right.
They're very bendable shoes. It's like he has vinyl shoes on.
but Blue Falcon apparently is like the Hanna-Barbera version of, I guess, Batman.
Okay, all right. So he's like another rich dude. He's like a rich dude with a dog.
You know, I don't ever remember watching a Blue Falcon cartoon. I just remember Dynomutt being in Laugh Olympics.
Oh man, I don't know about the. Do you remember Animal Olympics?
No, I don't.
Oh man, I don't know about Laugh Olympics, but I do know about Animal Olympics. That's a good one.
Oh, really?
That's one of the reasons why I say for sure so much, because there's like a sea otter character, and he's from California, and he was in like this like swimming competition in the Animal Olympics, and all they did was like eat kelp tacos with his girlfriend, and they ran around and they drove around in like a van. I'll send you the clip. You're gonna be like, that's super obscure. Animal Olympics.
Yeah.
So,
it already sounds super obscure.
I mean, maybe it's not a Hawaii thing. Like maybe back in the day, you know, when we used to live in Hawaii, we just had access to like other things like, you know, like Unico's one. But that's all like basic. That's like old school anime stuff, like Legend of Sirius, Water Prince and the Fire Child. So we just saw these really obscure movies that I don't think very many people watched in like, you know, the states, you know?
Sure.
So.
And you're probably right, because I don't even remember them.
Yeah, like I remember when we moved from Hawaii to South Carolina, I remember talking to kids, you know, my classes and stuff, and I'd be like, oh yeah, like of course that's when Power Rangers came out. I was like, oh sweet, it's like Ultraman, and they're like, who?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's Ultraman? And I'm like, oh.
It's like you guys just don't understand.
You just don't understand. But the thing is, I'm only familiar with one version of Ultraman, and that's I think it was like Ultraman Towards the Future. I think it was like filmed in Australia or New Zealand. They made a Super Nintendo game out of it.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, we have it somewhere, I think. Let's see here. All right, Blue Falcon. I guess I'll switch the camera here, and I'm just gonna wing it. So here we go.
Yep, I've already been doing my blue line sketch while you've been talking, so I'm probably way ahead.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't even realize it. All right, here we go. Hope this thing doesn't move too much. I can't really see. All right, somebody's got this little thing here.
You know, when I draw characters like this, especially with like a side profile, I always want to draw them like Frank Miller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always want to give them like that really just squared off look and everything else that he's so known for.
Okay. Dude, he rules.
Yes, he does. He's a little weird and crazy now, but I think that's what happens to all old comic book people. Please, Frank Miller, don't kill me.
You're gonna get like a message.
I'm probably gonna get like messages from a bunch of people saying Frank Miller's a god, you leave him alone.
Right.
And
right.
he is. He absolutely is. He's probably like I was saying it. I was on a YouTube show with a bunch of friends of mine not too long ago called The Comic War, and they were like, "What are you reading right now?" And I was reading an actual book that Frank Miller did the illustrations for, and it's like you expect from him. It's just awesome stuff.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. Now, as we actually start drawing and everything, anybody that does pick up and watch this either now or later is probably going to sit there and go, "Why aren't these guys talking anymore?" And,
right.
And it's really, folks. Just so you know, you know, I was mentioning it on a live stream. I think Thursday. No, well, today's Friday, so I guess it was Wednesday. That like. I start like sticking my tongue out while I'm drawing and everything, and I just stop talking while I do this. So if I get boring, just let me know, and we can figure out a way to liven me up a little bit.
Just have some more sips.
Have some more sips, exactly. That will definitely work to liven me up, at least until it wears me out.
Oh, you don't get like the beer energy?
Well, I do, and then it goes away, and immediately becomes the beer sleeps.
Oh, I got you.
So I'll try not to have the beer sleeps tonight. At least not while we're on here.
I'll have to be like, hey.
Yeah, Rob, what? This is your show, man. This is your show.
I'm trying to not even breathe.
Oh, you can breathe, man. Breathe. So how did you and Billy meet? So Billy, by the way, folks, is Billy Parker, my anchor color letter guy for the first 8 issues of Junior High Horrors plus the Halloween special, and now he's the writer of the D Ward for Keen Spot, and Tim here actually drew a cover for issue 2.
Yep, issue 2. Yep.
And my cover will actually be on issue 3 when that finally comes out. But with the industry where it is right now, nobody knows when that'll be because, the distribution company, Diamond Distribution, they decided they're not going to ship comics right now.
I heard about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Well, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, I mean, they're the only ones that do it. So, you would kind of expect them to continue to do it anyway. And
I got you.
And now they're, apparently having some sort of payment issue and everything else.
Oh no.
So yeah. Now I'm gonna zoom in on Tim's
All right, here we go. I'm trying to remember where I left off, but I think I got a good handle on it now. Though you can't really see the F anymore, but you know what? We're just gonna have to live with that. Oh, I don't know what I should make him say. Well, I think at this point it might be prudent just to start adding some paint here. So let me look at my colors. I think it was this color. So let's spritz it with some water there. Got my trusty water spritzer here. All right.
We'll take Tim off for a second. And you can see my blue falcon right there. We'll move it in a little bit for you. That's kind of where we are so far with him. And now we'll put both of us back on the stream.
Trying to not have this thing move around so much, but I'm sure it's just moving all over the place.
Oh, I think you're okay at the moment.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Got some loose thing here, right there. There we go. We got some yellow. All right. It's like he's wearing pajamas.
Hey,
right.
What's that? He looks like he's wearing pajamas?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, most superheroes do wear pajamas, or at least workout uniforms.
It reminds me of like a onesie.
I mean, it pretty much, without that belt, it probably is a onesie.
Right. That's awesome. All right, got some base color here. Now, what should I do for the background? What does this do? How about this one?
You hear that, folks? Tim's sitting there talking about backgrounds and stuff, and I'm sitting here going, I just hope that I draw them okay.
Right. Well, I'm already thinking. I bounce around a lot, and it's like as I'm working on one thing, it's like I have to think ahead for other things as well, or I try to, anyways.
So almost like chess.
Yeah. Basically, I'm not that good at chess, but basically. But I'm trying to get to the point where I could just, especially if I have a reference, or even not if I don't have a reference, but I could just be like, all right, well, if I start working on something, I'd be like, okay, well, that'd be cool as a base color right there, and just, go from there. And then once it dries, the background and everything else is drying, I could, just kind of go from there.
Sure. I think I know exactly what you mean there.
Yeah, that probably doesn't really make that much sense, but does he have red in his eye? Yeah, he does. All right. See, it's a lot different than like working with alcohol-based markers, because like once you get that down, like that's it. You can't really lift it up. So thankfully, with acrylics and other water-based medias, is they can be more forgiving for sure.
Sure. That I understand and believe. I actually know what that means.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's this type of stuff is one of those things where like everyone's got their own way of doing it. Like I look at some artists and I go, I don't know how you were able to make that look like that with that. Like Copics, for example, has such a big marker end on it.
Yeah.
And yet some people can just take that, put that flat brush side down and just go, and before you know it, you've got this amazing piece of artwork. Whereas like me, I sit there and I go, okay, I'm going to try to do that, and oops, all over the place. So,
well, I guess they just got like that. Like blending those things is so difficult. Like I know you can, and I've seen people like kind of have like really cool effects with them. But I just can't do it. Like I'm sure in time probably, but since I'm more focused on just like acrylics, I guess there's layering and it's all kind of the same in some regard for sure. But it's just I think working with the Copics is a lot like working with like watercolors. Like you gotta kind of start off light and just kind of go from there. Whereas with acrylics, you almost have to kind of you can start off really however you want. Like I guess most of the time people say when you work with oils or acrylics, you got to start dark, right, for all your underpainting, and then you just build it up from there. But you don't really have to. I guess for oils, you more so have to, because like all those layers kind of add up and blend together, I guess, as they're drying, I suppose.
Right. Whereas I think with things like Copics, you have to go as light as possible first, and then kind of build from it.
Totally. Yeah. Exactly. Just like watercolors, for sure.
See, and Tim there's thinking about backgrounds and everything else, and I'm like, I'm just going to fill in one massive color.
Right. Well, it's an awesome challenge because I was not expecting to do this, and I am very thankful to do this. And plus, we get to hang out. Yay!
I know, exactly. The social distancing thing is really for the birds, which I guess may be why I picked Blue Falcon.
Like two birds with one stone. Hey-o!
Oh, look at what he did there, folks.
Yeah, bam. I would say I'd leave, but I can't because I'm home. So show me the door to Goose Creek. But oh wait, that's right, I'm already in Goose Creek.
So here I am sitting there like drawing and talking to you and everything else, and I asked you, how you met Billy, and I don't really remember how you met.
No, I completely forgot about that question because I got sidetracked. But I met Billy at a convention. I think it was Soda City Comic Con. It was me and some other friends were there, and he was right next to my dear friend Proton. And yeah, that's really just. And then the next time I saw him, I think was either at a small con in Florence or Heroes, and I think it was the small con in Florence. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, oh man, he's right next to Proton. They were chumming it up, which is awesome because Proton's a fun dude. Sure. And
I know Proton.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Like, he's an old friend of mine. I love that dude. But yeah. So we just, Billy was just a really personable, really awesome dude. It's just sometimes you just meet people, and you click.
Exactly. And I kind of feel the same way about Billy. Like our first
meeting
was we met each other at Greensboro Comic Con in 2017.
Oh, right on.
And it was like my first convention. I had bought the table, everything else, and I get sat next to Billy. And the first thing he says to me is, he's like, "Hey, if I bother you guys too much, just tell me to shut the hell up."
Right.
And we're like, "Don't worry about it, man. You'll be fine. I'm sure. Like you don't have to worry about us sitting there saying that you're causing issues or anything. I'm sure we'll be okay." And he's like, "Okay, cool." And then just the whole weekend because I did okay at the show, but like we all didn't do nearly as well as what we thought we were going to. And
right.
So we're just sitting there BSing the whole time, and I'm sitting there with my buddy Chris Edge, and we're just BSing.
Is that the dude that was next to you at the that one show when I was next to you at? What was that? Was that South Carolina Comic Con? Yeah, it was, right?
I think that was, you were sitting next to me at one of the NC shows.
Oh, Oak City.
Yes.
That's what it was.
So Edge may have been with me one of the days, but the other guy was Causey.
I got it. Yeah,
one of my other best friends. And
it's a trip.
Yeah, Causey's wild. But Chris is too. Like we're all sitting there and we're like looking at the cosplayers and everything and just having a good time, and and it was just funny to sit there and like get to meet with Billy and everything, and just
right it just kind of clicked. That's just how it is. See, man, when stuff like that happens, it's really cool, and it's really special. And I love meeting people and making new friends, and when things like that happen, you can't really just like ignore it. You're like, oh man, maybe it's like one of those like, I was supposed to befriend Billy. Like, that's awesome. Like, of course, I would say it's by coincidence, but of course, if he was here right now, he'd be like, no, it's not.
Right, exactly.
He always rags on me about that, and it's funny. It's all in good fun, because all the I have weird coincidences that happen and synchronicities that happen. It's a thing, and if you ever, I think I actually weird some people out about it when they're at my booth, because like I'll just randomly start talking about like coincidences to strangers, and then they'll just kind of walk away, and I'm like, oh man, but it was an interesting story, like it's pretty funny, man. But no, that's essentially how I met Billy. Just for he just happened to be next to a friend, and then we became friends.
Billy, like, all he wanted to do was figure out a way to get into comics, and sitting next to me at Greensboro, he basically said, "Hey man, if you ever want to actually consider like doing a book or something, let me know. I'll even color old pages for your old stuff so that you can put it out, and this, that, and the other." And I was like, no man, if we're gonna do something, we're gonna do something new. Let's try to figure something out. And and when I came up with the idea for Junior High Horrors, he was the first guy that I actually thought of.
Oh, it's awesome.
And the rest there is kind of history. So,
dude, that's killer. Hell yeah.
All right, Tim. I think my Blue Falcon is complete. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him up on the screen for you.
All right, I'm getting there. I'm trying. I'm working. It's like speed painting. So.
Oh, you're fine, man. You take your time. I'll probably work on a Dino Mutt now that I've finished my Blue Falcon. There, if you want to take a look, there he is.
Oh, dude, nice. I almost went with purple for the background too, but then I was like, you know what? I want orange. I think orange is a good way to go.
I kind of like the orange as well. The only thing that worried me there was, because I added a little bit of orange to the beak and everything, and I was worried that it would kind of blend together. Yeah. So while you're still working on Blue Falcon, no problem there. I know that your process takes a lot longer than mine. I am going to try to do Dino Mutt now, and I'm probably going to fail miserably here.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I just know that if I set myself up for failure, if I actually succeed, it'll look great. So.
It's part of the routine. You can do it. All right, here we go. I'm getting there, waiting for things to dry. Got some blue right here. It's nice to step out of the shell a little bit. There we go. All right, there we go. A little bit of this. All right, got the eyes right here.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move back over to Tim's stream for.
All right, I'm getting there. Going for the black.
So there we've got both of our pieces going. Dino Mutt actually looks a lot less like Scooby-Doo than I thought he did, by the way.
Yeah, his nose is sharper, I think.
He's got a longer snout. Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna say that he looks like a I don't even know what kind of dog I was thinking, but it doesn't matter. I just know this drawing doesn't really look like him, but yet I'm still gonna say that it's him. Let's see if I can actually correct it as I ink it.
All right, here we go.
So what's he gonna be saying there, Tim?
I don't know. Some white here. There we go.
I don't know. You left it a little small, so I don't know if you can sit there and say social distance yourselves.
I could write it really small, maybe. All right, fix that red right there. Now I have to fix the yellow because I messed up.
Did you ever notice how many cartoon characters have cross eyes?
Yes.
Like what is up with that?
All right. I think I very quickly almost got it. See, you have a super advantage because like acrylics all have a drying time, and I have a hair dryer, but it's on the floor a distance away from me, so.
Oh, it's fine, man. Again, I know that yours, just as a painting is going to take so much longer than mine anyway. So it's more about just, having fun and drawing.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm super, super, super thankful for the opportunity just to, really just hang out and then and we get to draw on shit too. Hell yeah, sign me up.
And it's funny because there's probably a lot more introverts than extroverts when it comes to the art community. So putting two of us together where we can actually sit there and BS and talk and have a couple adult beverages, it really does. It really does to me. I feel like it allows us to be more in our element.
Right. I hear you. I mean, as I said when I messaged you earlier, I was like, man, I'm calling people left and right.
And I think that's really cool, man. Like, and I appreciated the offer, which is why, when I said, hey, I'm thinking about going live online tonight, you want to join, like, it was just kind of made sense to do it. So. But yeah, Dynamite here's got cross eyes for some reason. Like just about every other cartoon character that I've ever seen.
All right. I think maybe I could write social distancing really small. And then I'll just call it.
Maybe something like distance yourselves.
Right. Yeah. Hey, that's a good one. Got a little eye right there in the beak, so that's good. I do have a small pen. I'd be like distance. I'll just write the word distance. There we go.
Distance. There we go. Stay away.
There you go. Distance. I love it. That sounds like, I feel like that's something that he would say too.
It probably is. Distance, citizen.
Yeah. Stay away. All right. Now I got my little. Bam. All right. That's it. I'm calling it.
Oh, it's awesome, Tim. And go ahead and tell everybody your Instagram page so that they can buy it off of you.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Like if I had 15 minutes, that's a challenge for a quick old little speed painting. That's actually I like the way that turned out. And I'll probably go back to it and I'll probably still like make little edits here and there for sure, even after the fact. Just to kind of tighten things up.
Well, I think we all do that stuff.
Oh, for sure. But I was productive. I got a thing done.
See? We might have to start making this like a weekly thing.
What now?
I said we might have to make this a weekly thing.
Yeah, hey, dude, I was talking to somebody about that. Who? Oh my god, I just called so many people. Was it Alex?
Maybe.
It might have been Alex. It might have been Alex.
Alex is always talking about wanting, and we're talking about Alex Smith here, folks, the the artist of a good chunk of D Ward.
Right,
also worked on an issue of Princeless.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, and a buddy of ours that just recently moved out to what was it, Arizona, New Mexico,
New Mexico. So he's up in New Mexico. So I actually just talked to him the other day.
How's he doing?
So far so good. He's just sitting there sketching. Watching the kids. Staying away from people.
Well, I mean that's what all of us are being told we have to do, right? So.
Right. I mean, I get it.
Man, I seem to have all the same color for gray. I need a lighter gray. And I don't want to waste my white. This one might do it. No, man, they all look the same.
You're all the conundrum.
I am in a conundrum right now. This is like I probably just blew out people's ears yelling into the microphone too.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm usually pretty loud, so hopefully I'm not too loud.
I think you've been all right so far. I haven't thought that you were excessive or anything else. I really cannot.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm for it. That's good.
I cannot find my different color grays at the moment, and this is really. I really don't have a lot of space here, so it's not like they could go anywhere.
Right.
Oh well, let's see what I can do.
Yeah, I said I was done, and now I'm still just kind of working on it.
Well, that's that's the life of an artist. There, we all sit there and take that moment where we're like, all right, I'm done, and then it's like, ooh, I gotta fix that. Oh no, that one right there, that's got to be fixed.
Right. Just constant layering, adding, and subtracting, and
exactly.
Right.
So maybe this. Oh, you know what? I did just realize that I still need to color this in. There we go. Color that in. With this being a blendable pen, let's see if I can find my blender. No, of course I can't. So it may just have to be done. And then we need a background color for Dynamut. You know what? I don't normally do this, but because we put Blue Falcon on purple, we'll go ahead and put Dynamut on purple as well. That way you know they're a set. So, all right, Tim, I got to pick that one. If we're going to do another one, it's all up to you.
All right, that's fair. Crap, what to do?
And if you pick it quickly, that'll give you a head start.
Yeah, right. It's like I need a handicap.
Well, this isn't a competition for speed, so it's not like Ink Master.
Right.
Who can do the best tattoo in 18 minutes?
All right, cool. Now I'm good. I'm calling it. There we go. It's like his helmet's like way too big, but that's okay. He has a lot of hair under there, I think. Watch him have like some 80s hair or something underneath there.
Yeah, or 60s hair.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's even bigger, I feel like.
Exactly, because I mean the 60s were all about big hair.
He has like Led Zeppelin like mop top or something.
Yeah, there you go. I guess it could be like 80s hair bands or anything like that too, but
what to do next? What to do next? I don't know.
I know, right? Like I totally threw this at you, and it's like, well, what do we do now?
So there's gotta be something. There's gotta be something.
So all right, there he is.
Oh, nice, dude. That's awesome.
So here we'll move the camera up back over to me for a second.
All right.
There we go. There. And we'll where did I put? Oh, Blue Falcon's underneath everything else that I just moved around to try to get to everything.
So, yeah, that's really small. It's a small little. Yeah.
So and let's see, we got Blue Falcon.
Nice.
And we got Dino Mud.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. That was just like him. That's amazing. That was just like him. That's awesome.
It actually did come out pretty well, and I'm happy with that. Of course, now I wish that what I had done is actually like put the cape for Blue Falcon through the other one.
Oh, like so
it would have looked like they're right next to each other. Yeah.
I got you.
It's okay though. I'm still learning this whole sketch card thing. So.
Well,
so all right.
Those being that small, like what are they, like this big?
These are 2x3s, so they're actual trading.
That's like business card. That's a business card size almost.
Business card I think is 2.5 by 2.5. In fact, I got a business card right here, so it's 2x3, and this is 2.5 by 3.5, or 2.5 by.
I got you.
So.
Okay.
So yeah, so these are actually like baseball card sized.
Oh, nice. Okay. Nice, dude. That dog, I love it. that was just like the thing that the reference photo. That's amazing.
I appreciate that. I don't know if it looks just like it, but I'll take it. You were talking about Ghostbusters earlier. How about I put this character up? And you tell me what you think here.
All right, let's go for it. It's gonna be Slimer. Oh! Yes, I called it. I totally
You did.
Called it. I totally called it.
You totally called it.
Wow! Holy! What are the chances? Wow, that's a good guess. That's a pretty good guess.
I did talk about Ghostbusters, so I mean it was. This one's going to be an interesting one. I think yours. Oh, you know what you should do if you have the ability to is your glow in the dark ink.
Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, that could work.
Tim's got some folks. Just so you know, Tim here has some black light paints. So like when he puts a black light on it, it just looks amazing.
Well, it's not like they're specifically formulated for it. It's just like any kind of fluorescent paint, I think, is just naturally just UV reactive. And I found out by accident, just because I like those bright colors. Like no matter how much I mix green and white, I'm not gonna make neon green.
Right.
Right. So
all right. Actually, so are you cool with Slimer?
Yeah, dude. I'm totally cool with Slimer. That's awesome. I can't believe I called it. That's wild. I was just like,
well, I mean,
the first thing that popped in the back of my head, I was like, he's gonna pick Slimer.
I mean, who else would I have said? The car,
Right. Hey, you could have. I would have had to switch my whole entire setup to landscape. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pull your
since you saw my setup, you're gonna be like, well, he's got his battery backup taped to his clipboard. There's no way he's gonna turn his entire clipboard. You could have threw a whole wrench in my plans. Like that's so funny.
This one's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, totally. Where's my pencil sharpener? Damn. Oh, pencil sharpener. I just had it. This is such is life. It's probably buried underneath all these acrylics. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. Jesus. All right, I got it. It was like right underneath my phone, So of course I'm not looking for it because my phone is like right there. All right. So now I have to. Oh man, I actually do have to change my setup.
Oh,
I
really?
got to shift over to the next. Well, yeah, just I have to shift.
Oh, you got to shift the camera for it.
All right. Is that it? Shift it down a bit. Man, this thing is tricky. All right, there we go. All right, Slimer. Here we go.
All right, we got really quiet because we're really excited about trying to draw Slimer here, folks.
I don't think I've ever tried to.
No, me neither. Like that's one of the things that I really try to do when I'm doing these pieces of art is I don't try to have done the character before, which makes it that much crazier when it actually comes out and looks like the character.
Right, right.
I'm still trying to figure out how to get the colors right for him because he's an odd color. Oh well. Time to just go for it. All right, you got yours going on over there. I'm gonna go ahead and move my camera back over to the artwork. And now let the fun begin. Well, luckily he's not cross-eyed like the other characters all have been.
Right. All right, here we go. Let's see how this is gonna go. Gonna go one way. It's gonna go the other. It's gonna be good.
Now I'm gonna sneak in and take a look at Tim's.
He's gonna be eating a pizza.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh shit! I think I remember what color it comes. All right, I'll figure it out.
Well, here, I'll put them back up for you. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. I think I understand. Yep, I got it. Yeah, here we go. I got it. He's got some busted up yellow teeth.
He most definitely does have that. Such a weird looking character too, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I know the movie character looks like way different too. You know.
Oh well, yeah, because you know it's like they lightened the mood with him so that they could actually make him a marketable and sellable character.
Right. I'm glad that you don't have like a timer like visibly displayed because I think that'd be like heat is on.
Oh, I'd never do that to you, man. Like I'd much rather you be happy with the way your art came out than with than anything else. So
What color's cheese? Now I want pizza.
well, I guess we're drawing Ninja Turtles next.
Right. That looks kind of cheesy right there. Yeah, there we go. That's some cheese color. All right.
That's so funny listening to you paint, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying not to breathe because I'm like, you know.
Don't. I mean, you have to breathe, but the it kind of sounds like you're slapping your gum. You know, like you're like.
Right. No, I'm just mixing up the this glow in the dark, or not glow in the dark, but I'm just mixing up the neon green here just to get some quick color here because you gotta always have to mix it up because there's like I don't know if it's like a sediment thing. Well, I guess it kind of is. But it just kind of separates itself. But the unfortunate thing is it's also very translucent. So for me to get rid of all the lines that I put down, I have to like mix it with stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
What do I have to do for the background? Oh, I know. Oh, wait, I have another idea. All right, I'm gonna try to use a lot of UV colors because all the UV colors match with, like the colors of Slimer almost kind of match
the UV.
Yeah, some of them do, like his teeth. Yeah, there we go.
All while I'm trying to get my camera to better see everything so that we can actually kind of see where I am. Where is that? There he is. Right there. We'll do that.
All right, there we go. Is it this one? Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. Let's see. All right, back to the green. here.
Man, I'm having a blast tonight.
Yeah, dude, this is an awesome idea.
We're going to have to see if we can actually get other people involved with it.
Oh, dude. I feel like that would be A, awesome, and B, who knows what will happen. Like, we might not even actually get anything done just because we'll just be enjoying each other's it'll be like enjoying each other's company too much to be like, oh, yeah, that's right. We're actually supposed to be sketching.
You're probably right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, this will turn out good. All right, now I'm like trying to think like 3 steps ahead. Okay, got that there.
I'm a little shocked we haven't gotten anybody to actually join in and start watching.
Oh, wow, weird.
Yeah. I even posted it on Facebook and Instagram to try to get people to take a look.
Maybe they saw my name and they were like, nope. I'm just kidding.
Nope, definitely not doing it with him. That guy's nope.
Yeah, like, no, that guy can't pay attention for anything. We're just not listening to him ramble and play some guitar. Plus, it is like it was kind of spontaneous.
So it totally was. I'm probably gonna have to come up with an actual schedule that I do this on. And it'd be kind of cool if I actually did it on a weekly basis. Just invited invited random artists on here with me so that they could sit here and BS with me while I do it.
Yeah, totally. I think it's a smart idea, man. All right, there we go. Let's mix some of this. Oops.
Where's my dark green? Where can I put my dark green? I had to have dropped it somewhere. Oh, no, it's just underneath everything else.
Let's see here. Oh god, mine looks terrifying. But we're getting there.
We're getting there.
It's getting somewhere. It's just all these drying times. I might have to hit it with the can I even reach that far? No. Well, maybe. No, it's too far away. There goes that idea.
What's that? Trying to hit it with a hairdryer?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. Well, we'll get you using pencils and inks and colors and markers and stuff one of these days.
Right. Right.
Are you kidding? Up until like a month ago, I never played with coloring my own stuff. I was too afraid of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I started doing some coloring of some of my covers that I did for Junior High Horrors, but then Eric, the artist, actually introduced me to a guy by the name of Federico, who does amazing coloring work. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm not going to color my own stuff if I can get him to do it for me. So
Right.
so I was paying him to color my covers. So I didn't really play with it too much. And then I decided, okay, with my ex Liefeld's cover that I did, I was like, okay, I've gotta start trying to figure this out myself.
Right.
And man, it's daunting. Like it's scary to me. I don't know how you do it. but then I started doing these sketch cards, and I was like,
Right.
okay, you can't do black and white sketch cards. So I started trying to figure out how to color them, and some of them I think come out all right.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember, yeah, I liked a lot of them that you posted in the past, for sure.
All right, so my Slimer is done.
Oh, no, you're kidding.
Yep, he's done. You ready?
Yeah.
Here. Oh, that doesn't look good. Here. Let's see if I can. I can't figure out how to get this thing on camera. There we go.
Oh, nice. Damn. It's
Yeah,
not fair.
Let's there you go.
Oh, dude, nice, man. Mine's just still like a wet, like everything is just still wet because I kept having like interrupting thoughts, and I was like, "Oh man, that'd be cool." And I'm still just like blending.
Well, let's remember though that like I am known for quick sketching. You are
right.
You are a painter. So I'm gonna take myself off the feed for a second and show everybody where you are with your project.
Yeah, sure. I might have to like actually hit it with the hair dryer here. But yeah, it's just like a loose mess right now because everything is still drying, like it's still wet, you know. Unfortunately, I don't think my hair dryer is even gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I'll tell you what, though, I do have this. I can show you. Hopefully, it doesn't turn out like too. Yeah, look at that.
Oh man, that is awesome.
So it'll see what I'm saying. Like you have to have that. The foresight to like see how it's going to turn out. And sometimes I don't, because like those are the fluorescents are just really translucent, so I just have to kind of mix it with something. So there's a lot of texture on this one actually. All right, gotta throw some purple here. Some speed painting. There we go. All right, got that going for me. Oh shit, where did that other purple go? Okay, here we go. Mix it some more with this purple. There we go. While everything else is still drying. Is this still drying? Oh yeah. Damn. I wish I could just like remove it from the board and hit it with the hair dryer really quick, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Might just have to.
Woo, that's loud.
What's that?
I said, "Woo, that's loud."
Yeah, I know. Just like I don't know what to do. Everything's like all rigged up. So it's like I don't have a plug or an extension cord. So I don't know. Hence, this is the waiting game with working with acrylics. Like
Well, we
So
could always
sometimes-
move on to the next one and let it dry.
Oh, true. Yeah, very true. We could. I think it's getting kind of close. So I think all I have to do is add. Yeah, some spots are already. Nope. Yeah, they're still wet. Still wet. How long do you want to go on for?
Oh, as long as you want to, man. I don't have anywhere to be until noon tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It's almost getting midnight. I was probably just gonna finish this one and just call it after that.
Oh, that's fine. We can do that.
All right. Cool.
Well, I'll tell you what. While you're waiting for that one to finish, did you come up with any ideas of other cartoon characters?
Other cartoon characters. Other cartoon characters. There's just so many. There's so many to pick from. There's so many.
That is true.
Let's see. Oh, oh man, the Dreadnoughts from G.I. Joe. Zoltan's sister. What's her name?
Oh, geez.
Zantana, or whatever.
Do I have to try to draw a female character tonight? They're always so hard, man. Like I'm gonna show you the out of the Scooby-Doo characters I did. I actually thought that Daphne came out like one of the best, and I was blown away by it and totally had no idea what I was doing trying to draw her. But like that one right there, I thought.
Oh man.
I thought
Nice.
like I nailed it, and I was like, oh my goodness, how did that happen?
Right.
Because I drew Velma as well, and I was like, okay, it kind of looks like her. Oh, I like the outline.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I figured like that area is pretty dry. There we go. See, it's just so weird. Like certain acrylics dry much faster.
I think while we've been on this chat, a buddy of mine actually just asked how much for the for the entire set of my Scooby-Doo cards. So,
Oh, dude, nice.
So I think I'm getting ready to have sold those. Now I just have to figure out how to get them to them during this weird time in the world where you're really not supposed to leave the house.
Right.
Luckily, though, these cards probably ship pretty easily. I probably just need to put them in with like a little piece of cardboard or something, and they'd ship fine.
Yeah, you should be fine. There we go.
Oh yeah, he's super creepy. All right, let's. You said. Here, I'm gonna stop streaming the screen share for a second. You said Zartan's sister.
Zoltan? What is it? The guy from the Dreadnoughts, the dude with the black hair, or whatever. He's got like the black face paint on and green eyes. Is it Zoltan?
I think it's Zartan.
Zartan. Maybe it's Zartan and like Zatanna or something, or watch it be like Ruby.
I think it's Zarana.
Zarana. Ah, man, that's it. I knew it started with a Z. Zatanna, Zarana. There we go.
But she's got like a mohawk.
She's got like some punk rock chick mullet kind of thing going on.
Yeah, she's got some really weird ass hair going on.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah. It's like she's like a she's got like a rockabilly vibe kind of going. I think all those Dreadnoughts do kind of have like some like rockabilly thing kind of going on.
I think you're right. All right.
I can easily see them being like a rockabilly band, right? We are the Dreadnoughts, all right? Like,
yeah, exactly. All right. So if I share this to the screen, this is who you're talking about.
Yeah. She has like a pompadour.
I don't even know if that's a pomp. I don't know what that is on top of her head.
It's awesome.
It's That's
like
just
if you
weird.
look at like stills from the if you look at stills from like the cartoon or whatever, it looks it looks a little different. Like
But that's
I
her
think
actual action. That's her action figure.
okay. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Right.
This one's gonna be something else. That's...
All right, let's see if I can finish this thing up here.
I mean, was this like an actual '80s haircut? Like,
I think so.
did chicks actually?
It looks like it.
Did young ladies actually like
I don't know.
want this haircut?
That thing looks really complicated, right? Like it looks like it's like a donut. You know?
Did you say a donut? Yeah, it does kind of look like a donut. Or you know, like when people put their hands in the shape of a heart.
Right.
You know, it's kind of got like that little. So I mean, it kind of looks like this. Let me get this off the. Kind of looks like that, right?
Yeah, actually, that's actually really good.
All right. And while I'm doing that, here's another view of Tim Slimer, which is now definitely taking form.
It's final form.
Yes, I mean it's taking shape, dude. Now like you kind of knew that it was supposed to be Slimer, but now it actually looks like Slimer and looks pretty awesome.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's all like a layer. Definitely like a layer process for sure. And I'm also trying to do it really fast.
Well, don't rush on my part. Like I said, I'm already working on another one for it. So I kind of want to channel my inner Rob Liefeld on this one.
There you go.
So Tim, when do you think conventions will start back up?
Hopefully soon, man. I'm kind of hoping for it. Like I'm a little worried. Mostly because I just don't want certain ones to like cancel, you know, or postpone.
Right.
Because like I don't have anything coming up for a long time, you know, and I think that goes for a lot of people too. It sucks.
Oh, you're not wrong. I mean, I know that I don't really have anything planned. Except for, the conventions that I'd already committed to, and most of them have been pushed back to just super odd dates at this point.
Right. Well, thankfully, I've had no, like, what's the word? Conflicts or whatever, like with schedule. So, like, everything that got shifted is
You're still okay?
Yeah, I'm still okay. But it's just that, like, certain ones I'm just looking really forward to,
Sure.
Like, especially, like, Heroes, because that's, like, one of my favorite. And
yeah,
the thing is, that's, like, oh, when is that? That's, like, in the middle of June, so hopefully everything kind of works itself out by that point. But if it doesn't, then and that one gets rescheduled, I'm just gonna be kind of bummed. But just because like you see so many people,
Exactly. Like, I mean, we're supposed to see our friend the Southern Native at that show.
Oh yeah. Like we get to hang out with her. We get to hang out with well, everybody. It's just like summer camp, man. So like Alex said it best. Like that show just rules, and it's just my personal favorite too, man. So
yeah, I agree. I tend to think that that's probably my favorite too, and I mean Sheldon and Carla, the coordinator, that they are awesome with what they do with that show.
Oh, dude, yeah, totally. All right, well, I'm calling it. I could make it a lot more tight, but I think I'm calling it.
You're calling it? All right. So here we go. I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
It's really quick actual painting. But
it's awesome. Are you kidding?
I see this. Everything's all turned off. Oh, actually, let me turn off this other light too.
Oh yeah, turn off the light and put on the black light for it. All right. I'm gonna disappear for a second so that we can just see your screen.
Oh wow, it's creepy because like his eyes don't show up. But yeah.
Oh, that's something else.
The red just shows up black. Yeah. I could just like, if I had the time, I could mix, something to where like the red will glow too, which I could do. But for right now, like, that green definitely pops, and the tongue pops a little bit too.
Right.
So just to come up with something really quick, I'm proud of myself.
I think it came out awesome, dude.
15 minutes for a little quick old painting. I'm for it. I wouldn't have done that otherwise. So hell yeah. That's 2. So I got 2 for 2. 2 super quick, 2 super quick paintings. I'm for it.
I mean, how often do you do something like that, right?
Well, yeah, never in 15 minutes. Usually that's like whenever my buddy John Nettles, shout out to good old John Nettles, he would throw these like figure drawing things. So like he'd base it off like, all right, you got 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? But that's all just sketching. Like, someone stands there and poses, so. But throwing in some color, ooh, next level challenge. So you're fast, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, here's where I am so far with her.
Oh, dude, that's killer. Oh, you're kidding me. Come on, man. That rules.
So that's where we're supposed to be with it.
That's awesome.
All right, let me see if I can finish this up pretty quick so that way we can let you get out of here at some point.
There we go. Watch, I'm still gonna work on these two like after this. I know it. I can already tell.
I mean, if like I said, what you should do with them is obviously like ask people if they actually are interested in them, and try to make some scratch off of them.
Yeah, totally. I'll tighten them up. I got some good starts. Like, see, for 15 minutes, I didn't think I'd even get that far to 15 minutes. So I'm actually like, that's cool. So that's a nice little challenge.
Yeah, I really, it's funny because so many artists sit there and they're like, here's my 15-minute challenge, and then they show something, and it's like that didn't take you 15 minutes. That took you a lot longer than that. Like.
Well, sometimes you never know too.
But like,
just like totally, just like knock it out of the park,
But like me, I really do sit here and try to really take like I try to get it to look as good as possible, but then just be like, okay, I'm done. Like I'm not trying to really show off or anything else, but But like, I know that if I stick with it and I just keep doing it, I keep doing it, I'm just going to mess it up at some point. So,
Right.
so with that, I just,
I got like a whole
at some
mess
point, I got to call it like you did.
Well, this is awesome, dude. I am very thankful. Plus, we got to hang out, shoot the shit, and it's cool.
All while we're told that we have to stay in and not hang out and not be around each other.
Yeah.
So I, more than anything, I appreciate you coming on to my live stream as I do this.
Oh, dude. It's awesome. I'm honored, and it's super fun, man. It is super fun.
And let's see, I am almost to the point where I think I'm about done here.
Oh, really? Damn.
Well, it's
you are fast.
Because I know that I gotta play with the colors here, kind of like you do, where you're mixing your colors.
Right.
With this one, I'm gonna have to do the same thing because these colors just don't match up very well for this. So
Right.
So I'm gonna. I find it funny that, you know, like here you had like the Dreadnoughts, who are these badass characters, and yet she's wearing all pink.
That just makes her extra badass. That's all it is.
It must make her
extra
extra
badass. No real
badass.
sense of camouflage for sure, because I think the other. Well, I know Zartan's are. Yeah, Zartan. Yeah, he's got like those, with the black and brown, and so he'd kind of blend in with whatever. You know, if they're in the woods or whatever, because they're like swamp people, right?
Right.
Yeah, they had the skiffs. Yeah, they had those like skiffs, the skiff boats or whatever. They were cool. Did they all have Cockney accents? Right?
I think the main character did. I don't know if they all did, because I don't think they were really thinking that kids were going to notice one way or another.
I think Zartan and Zorana both had those accents. Oh, let's go for those Joes. That's not Cockney. That's a terrible. That's a terrible impersonation. And now it's on the internet forever. Great.
I laughed. I thought it was fun.
So yeah, this was cool. I'll keep looking at all the other stuff that I have to do. Man, that's a lot. I'll get to it though. I got a lot of time now that we have to. I have nothing for 8 weeks, so.
Then you got plenty of time to get stuff done. Except, let me ask you, while we're in this moment of COVID-19 and everything else, do you find yourself less motivated to get stuff done because you actually have the time to do it?
No, because like, if anything, the news just is more of a bummer, you know.
Well, that's very true.
Because I'm home, you know, doing my own thing anyways every day, you know. So nothing's really changed except that A, I can't see my friends, and B, I don't have a convention every however many weeks, and you know, people are home, so it's so that aspect, like just being concerned about the state of things, it's a bummer, you know, like thinking about finances and stuff. So that's more debilitating for me personally. Like it took me days to even come around to like actually being like productive again, but then eventually I just shut up and I was just like, I just got a pain. What the hell am I doing? You know? So.
Yeah, and like I was saying to you offline, you know, it's like with me, you know, I felt a lot less creative. So I'm kind of forcing myself to do these drawings and everything just so that I can at least feel like I accomplished something and do something creative.
Right.
While I'm and I'm not off. I actually go to work, you know, 5 days a week still.
Okay.
So, but it you know, other people out there don't have the luxury of that, so they get stuck basically at home or wherever else.
Yeah.
And you know, luckily, like I said, I don't have that. But all right, here she is. Can you see her?
I can't. Man, you did it so fast. Nice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like if I sit there and I try to take my time and take an hour or anything else, these drawings would look like total crap. But
No, you knocked it out of the park. All 3 of your sketches are just like bang, bang, bang. Like that's awesome.
So there she is, Zorana from G.I. Joe.
Ah, dude, you nailed it.
So
that's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm probably gonna have to go out and buy different beige tones, just because for whatever reason they seem to bleed a lot worse than the other colors.
I got you. What are you sketching on? You sketching on like Bristol or something?
These are these right here are Bristol. They're
okay. All right. Cool.
These are vellum surface Bristol cards.
Oh, good. Okay.
Now, interestingly though, I also have watercolor cards.
Okay.
So they're a lot thicker. And I even have another one. Let me see where the other one is. Oh, I bought illustration board ones.
Oh, nice, dude. I love illustration board.
So
I got a couple panels around here somewhere.
So the illustration board ones, you only get five of them.
Right. Yeah, because they're so thick. Yeah.
Because they're so thick. Yeah. So I, it's one of those things where I was thinking, just like, I mean, look at how thick these things are.
Yeah, totally. I have a few sheets here. It's like, I guess they're like 8x10s or something. But yeah, it's like just as a. I can see that. But yeah.
The watercolor ones are thicker than the Bristol, obviously, because they've got to be able to hold the water.
Right.
But even those, like, you get 10, and they're, I mean, like I go down to Jerry's Artorama because we actually have one in Raleigh.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I was actually there. I went up there. Oh, that's where Jet's Pizza is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Jet's Pizza is so good.
So I went up there not too long ago, and like every single one of these packs of cards, like you get 20 Bristol cards for like $2.50.
Right.
And then you get 10 watercolor boards for $2.50, or you get 5 illustration boards for $2.50.
Okay.
So like the illustration board ones, I think those are going to be like, when someone actually wants to commission a specific kind of card or whatever. But otherwise, like, I just wanted to try the different materials to see how they feel with everything.
Totally. It's always good. It's good to have like a bunch of different stuff that you can work with for sure. Until you figure out what you like,
So we're gonna close that out. I'm gonna open this back up fully. And put us up close like this. I'm gonna say cheers to my buddy Tim.
Oh. Yeah, cheers. There you go.
So is that a Jabba the Hutt behind us back there?
Oh yeah. So my friend Vic made that like a long time ago.
Oh, dude, that thing is sick.
Isn't that cool?
That is sick.
Yeah, I'll send you some of his stuff on Instagram. He's awesome.
All right, so Tim, at this point, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody how they can find you online?
Oh, totally. You can find me on Instagram under TMShowers. I do have just like one word, TMShowers, at TMShowers. Instagram's really just the thing I use the most. But I do have a Facebook page. I think it might just be I forgot what the handle is. It might be Art of TMShowers or just facebook.com/TMShowers. I think I try to match it up with the Instagram, but of course, whatever I post on Instagram just gets dumped over on the Facebook art page. So it's basically the same thing, except you don't get stories and stuff like that. So
sure. Yeah, everyone, just so you know, this has been Rob Potsy Potchak's first ever sketch and sip.
Sketch and sip. I love it. I love it.
obviously a drink and draw. You know, everyone else uses the terms drink and draw, so I wanted to go ahead and do something a little bit different.
Right.
I'm hoping everything sounded okay. I'm hoping everything comes out okay. I keep hearing a little bit of a tick. I hope that everybody forgives me for that.
Hopefully I wasn't too loud because I have no idea. I've never done this before, so.
Yeah. But everyone, you can like this video. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can comment in the part below down there. I'd love to have people subscribe. Hopefully you guys start joining in and asking me for suggestions on, or telling me suggestions on which cartoon characters you want to see me tackle. Maybe one of these days we have Tim back on and let him show us how he finished up his Slimer.
Yeah, like a month later. Right.
It'll be where are they now? The Slimer painting.
Exactly. It'll be on a completely new different substrate, like 3 times as large, you know. So funny.
And then of course you can find me on Instagram at Rob Potchak. You can also find my art page, facebook.com/Rob Potchak, or of course my alter egos. No, I'm kidding. My Junior High Horrors pages at Junior High Horrors and facebook.com/Junior High Horrors. Tim, it was wonderful having you on, my friend. You'll probably be on for another second after this as we finish up. But everyone else, like I said, like the page, subscribe to it, comment on it, help us out. Let's get this thing rolling. I'd love to have other artists join in and see if they can keep up with me on how fast I can do sketch cards.
You already got the one up. See, this is rigged. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think that you doing paintings, that was awesome. Like,
thanks, man.
Go ahead and show everybody the paintings one more time.
Yes, of course. I still feel like I have like a bit of time to add to it because like I don't feel like they're fully finished, but you know, for 15 minutes, if not a little bit more, like it ain't so bad. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, what your process? How long does it normally take you to knock something out?
Well,
weeks.
It varies. No, it's difficult to say. It's like riding a wave. It's super cliche to say that, but really it is, man. So like, sometimes I'll tackle something and then I'll just knock it out.
Hey, I believe it, man. Like.
And then sometimes it takes such a long time because then again it's all layering too. So like these currently, like you know 15 minutes. I'm actually pretty surprised I even managed to do that in 15 minutes because like even for my Inktober pieces, I was spending like, and those were 5x7, right? So Inktober 2019, I was spending like a good 2 to 3 hours per. You know, so like I would spend an hour alone, almost just making the sketch. You know, so because I really go in and I study things, and I do a bunch of study sketches before then, you know, just to just look at something, come up with it really quick. Like that's awesome. It was a super cool challenge, and I'm gonna have to start doing that. Just as a quick little 15-minute like little mini challenges, you know. So I know I'll definitely work these up, and then once I actually like get them to a certain point, you're gonna be like, oh man, this looks way different. It's gonna be cool.
Well, and you know, like again, just to help Tim out, you know, if you guys go to his Instagram page at TMShowers, I'm sure both of those pieces will be up for sale
eventually.
Eventually. I mean, if you make him an offer now, he may just sell them to you. Who knows? But
yeah. No, I probably wouldn't. I have to be like, let me spend like an hour each on them, you know. And then we'll go from there. So,
I get it, man. I get it. You know, it's not everybody can do this in 10, 15 minutes, right? So
yeah, that's awesome, dude. For 15 minutes, that's killer. You nailed it, man.
I think I bring my game when I've got competition. Unlike my golf game, where I just seem to fall apart if someone's watching me. But
just like. Whoop! No, that's it.
Oh, there goes the club.
Out.
I just do the.
Where's the scotch?
Oh, there. Oh, dude. I hear you there. So, well, Well, Tim, I really appreciate it. You helped me. You helped me get through a night during this whole craziness that is the coronavirus and COVID-19.
It is crazy. Things are wild.
I've already said we will definitely do this again.
I'm for it, dude. Sign me up.
And I am looking and I'm thinking about doing this more often with other people, just trying to get like I said, the sketch and sip going. I'm gonna have to create a logo and everything for it now.
You have to. You absolutely have to.
So
I love it.
But with that,
that's a good idea. It's such a good idea.
With that, like I said, folks, subscribe to the page, like the video, comment down below. Let Tim know what you thought of his piece. I'm sure he'll actually post it on Instagram in its current state and then in its final state as well. He does like the.
I just might. I will. Since you said it, now I have to. You put me.
At least put it in the story.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
So,
all right, fine. I'll do it. All right, no, I'll do it.
So with that, everybody, thanks so much. We're gonna sign off now. It's been a blast. We've been on here 2 hours. Doesn't feel like it.
2 hours?
It's been 2 hours and 6 minutes. For you, it's been about an hour and 58 minutes. Because
right. It feels like 30 minutes has passed.
It really does. And that's one of the great things about you, Tim, is that every time I have a conversation with you, it feels like it's been 10 minutes, and all of a sudden the convention's over.
If I'm at my table, right? If I'm at my table.
Oh, exactly. Exactly, because Tim's never at his table, folks. He's always...
I am. I get sidetracked, and I get caught up in the conversation. And,
his 10-minute going to get lunch turns into an hour and a half excursion.
It can. Yeah.
I'm the same way, man. I'm the same way. Because I get up, like, when I was in San Diego, the same thing. Like, I got up, I'd be like, okay, my next signing's in 2 hours. I'm just gonna go over here, check this thing out. By the time I got back, it was like I'm already half an hour late for the signing. So
right. Things happen, man. Time disappears. But hey,
hopefully
it was good hanging out. It was good.
Yeah, of course. And I will catch you on the flip side. But hopefully this thing starts blowing over so we can actually get to some conventions.
Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed. So stay safe, man.
You too.
All right, cool.